All right, let's start in the AFC East. This is always an interesting division. Patriots own this division for so long, but it seems like it's the Bills to own now for years in the future as long as they have Josh Allen. So let's just go through team by team here. Let's start with the Bills. Their win total is 11.5. Last season they were 11-6. They were the 3 seed in the AFC.
Yeah. All right. I mean, 11-5. You know, that's of course that's. I'm going to go over here. You know, I will say. It's a tough first 7 games on the Bills' schedule, starting with their 17th game with the Rams because they're not playing the NFC West this year. Yep. So this is the extra game, crossover game, which is really good. But yes, tough first 7, and I look at it and go, ooh, man, that's a tough first 7. But I also look at it the other way and go, whoa, these first 7 got to play this team with this good defense that I think is better. And then you have to deal with, whoa, you got to get ready and be ready for Josh Allen and company early on in the season. That's not always going to be so easy either. So even though I look at it and go, wow, those first 7 games are brutal, okay, I don't think we're going to be sitting here going, whoa, the Bills are 2-5. I think it's, at the worst, I'm thinking, whoa, they'll be 4-3. And then they got a chance in the middle of the schedule to kind of go on a run where I just look at the Jets, the Vikings, the Browns, Detroit, the Patriots, the Jets again. Again, not that I'm saying they're better. On paper, they're better than all those teams. They definitely are. I got no problem saying that. I know it won't be easy playing the Patriots at New England on a Thursday night. I get that. But I think I could sit here right now and go, do I think that they're better than the Jets, the Vikings, the Browns, the Lions, the Jets? On paper, 100%, and we'll see where the rest goes. And so I am going to go with the over here with the Bills. I certainly could see them being 12-5, 13-4.
They are the favorite to win the AFC East. I think we have the division odds for each and every division here. So they are favored over the Patriots, over the Dolphins, over the Jets. Do we have that, Kristen? Have we shown that already? Oh, we did show it already. Sorry, I missed it. But here it is again. If you're watching on YouTube on our new page and subscribed, thank you for that. Bills at -215, Patriots at +450 right there with the Dolphins at +450 and the Jets at +2,000 right now. So, the Bills were the one team, I think, that showed up in your mentions over and over again when you posted both of our top 5 rosters, excluding quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
A lot of Bills fans were in there being like, what? Where are the Bills?
I know.
Why aren't we there?
Well, it's one of those where I think when you still, add everything together, I'd go, okay, we added the coach and the quarterback in it. That would put them top 5 for me.
Yeah.
Again, there's things about their roster where there's certain areas where I don't say wow maybe as compared to the other teams. Like their defensive line, I didn't say wow, but it has the potential to be more wow this year. All right, so I got that. Secondary, corners, again, I know it's good, but okay, it's a rookie we got to see. Tre'Davious White coming back from injury. Jordan Poyer, he's wants more money. He's been sitting out on the side, and he didn't look great last year. The offensive line, I think, is going to be better, but it's not a killer group, right?
Yeah.
So that's where, again, I like Stephon Diggs. I like the supporting cast, but I don't go, oh, wow, that's definitely one of the best skill groups in football. I don't think anybody would. So, again, that's where the coaching, the schemes, how they play the game, how they put pressure on you both sides of the ball, to me, makes them a top 5 team in football.
Yeah.
But without the quarterback and the coach, I don't think they're there.
That's just some of the downside risk maybe for this Buffalo Bills team in 2022. The New England Patriots, they're at 8.5. Last year with a rookie quarterback, they were 10-7. They were a playoff team, 6th seed in the AFC. 8.5 seems kind of low maybe.
It's right on the cusp for me. Mm-hmm. Like it's I'm gonna go under here, right? I mean, it's like I wrote a flat line next to it because I'm like, this could go either way. But I think the biggest thing is I got questions about their offense. I mean, how could I not? I don't give a crap if it's Bill Belichick or not. Right? They lost Josh McDaniels. Nobody is. You watch the preseason games, especially the first team offense. It hasn't been stellar.
Not great.
There's offensive line questions. I see throws or schemes downfield where I go, Josh wouldn't have taught the guy to run the route like that. It doesn't look quite as spaced out or taught as well with some of the pass concepts? How could it not be? McDaniels is special. Even as great as Bill Belichick is, he's not as good an offensive mind as Josh McDaniels is. Not on just an offensive mind and teaching the quarterback. No, he's not. And this is the greatest coach ever. I understand that. But not in that specific department. McDaniels is special there. So, and then I go, oh, offensive line, and the offense is not looking good. And then I go, oh, well, great. You get the Dolphins the first week on that defense. Whoa. And then you get the Steelers. Whoa, another good defense. And then, hey, the Ravens. And then the Packers. So I just go, man, it could be, even though I don't think these teams are remarkably better than them, I think there are maybe some bad matchups with their defenses here. And that's where it could get a little scary. So, I could see them making a middle run, certainly. The Jets are on the schedule twice there and everything. But then at the end of the year, when it goes Bills, Cardinals, Raiders, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills again, it gets tough. So I'm going to go under here. I think the Patriots are going to be an 8-9 football team.
8-9.
7-10, 8-9. That's what I'm going to predict this year. I can't even believe I'm saying it. I can't. I think their defense is really damn good. I do. But I don't know if it's got enough playmakers to where I think they're just going to carry the team. And I got the questions on the offense. I don't question Mac Jones either. That's the other thing I want people to realize. Mac physically looks better than last year. He does. I mean, he's quicker. His running looks better. His arm looks more powerful. I know he threw the bad interception the other night, and he was kind of scrambling to the right, and the backer was following him to the right. And then he set up behind a guard and a defensive tackle, and I think he lost sight of the guy and thought he was still floating with him, and the guy stopped and came back underneath it, and he threw the interception. So, but yeah, it's not Mac Jones' question. It's offensive question and just where they are as a team there.
At goal line stand 2 agrees with you.
Okay.
So did the Patriots make a mistake by trying to implement the zone run scheme this offseason? It mostly has looked bad in preseason and practice.
I don't get it. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't. I go, the Patriots, like one of the best man-to-man blocking teams in football over the last 10 years. The team that is like better that block down, kick out, block down, look for work inside. Somebody else is pulling around, kick out. The traps in the middle, the wham plays, all of that. They're going to go to the zone scheme. I just don't know where it came from. And that's part of my question too. Again, as much as I respect like Matt Patricia and what he does, this is his first year on this side of the ball too, and he's coaching the offensive line. So, you can maybe put me in this one in a little bit of the category of like, I got to see it to believe it first.
Yeah. Do you see the Dolphins and do you believe them in this preseason? Been some highlight plays. You got Tyreek over there to help your guy Tua take the next step as a quarterback. They were 9-8 last year. They were 4-2 in the division. That was better than the Patriots last year.
Right.
They've just missed out on the playoffs the last couple of years. 8.5 is their over-under win total.
I'm just going over right now.
Confidently.
Not that I'm sitting here going, oh, they're going to be 12-5, but I'm going over here. Their team is too damn good. Their defense is going to be the same, right? There's really nothing going to change there. In fact, I just think they'll be better because some of the young guys are a year older, and I just go, watch out. I mean, their defense is stacked, let alone the scheme is awesome. Offensively, the last few years, their scheme has not been very good, right? And we know there's a quarterback question. I don't doubt the scheme anymore, and they got more talent on the field that side of the ball. And I think the scheme fits the quarterback to where, yes, I'm not sold on Tua as being the franchise future guy. No, I'm not. Like I've told you, I want to see where it is, when you start playing some good defenses to take away some of the Mike McDaniel tricks and all that.
Right.
But tough first 4 games, that's like the only thing I look at. Let me just make sure I pull up. Yep, there you go. Pull up their schedule too. Tough first 4 games, there's no doubt. But have a stretch there in the middle, again, that I look at and just go, they could make a run there. On paper, they're definitely better than the Jets, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Lions, the Bears. They're definitely better. I have no problem saying that. I know that doesn't translate into wins. I got you. But I don't think anybody in football would go, well, if you could have the Dolphins roster or the Vikings, Steelers, Lions, or Bears roster, who would you take? Nobody, and the Jets, nobody would even think twice. They go, oh, I'll take the Dolphins. So that's why I go, they can make a run there. End of the year gets tough. And then what's the other thing I look at with this team? Cold weather.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Yeah.
They got 2 cold games in December, so they're lucky that it's not more than that. They're at the Bills December 18th. They're in Foxborough January 1st. That's going to be big. And then The only potential cold games they might have could be November 6th at Chicago, and that's really about it. Yeah. So I go, that's kind of favorable for a team and a guy that I question the quarterback's ability to throw into bad weather. So sorry for the long answer there.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
And week 1's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Week 1 against the Patriots.
No doubt.
Where if the Patriots win 30-0, you'll go, I was wrong. I was flat out wrong. I'm taking the L right now. No, we'll see. That'll be a fun first week game there. James Kaminsky just walked by, a researcher here, huge Jets fan.
Oh, huge Jets fan.
So he's not going to be able to hear this, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on where you go here. They were 4-13 last year. Their over/under is 5.5 wins.
This is like, again, I don't know where to go here. If I go under, it's 5 wins. If I go over, I feel like it's 6 wins. I don't think it's going to be much more than that. I'm really on the fence with that one. It's like about perfectly placed.
That's why they do that.
I know.
5.
How dare they?
Screw you.
But this is what I'll say at first before I make a final decision here, because this is one that I think the Jets are going to be a better football team. I just don't know if it's necessarily going to translate into a lot better of a record. I don't. Again, I think the schedule is the karma there is just remarkable. They got the toughest first 10 games in football. There's nobody that has a tougher schedule. You look at it, and again, on paper, I understand it's paper, but nobody on their first 10 games can you sit there and go, the Jets roster is better than them right now. No. Nobody. I'm not Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. I know is not perfect, but I think we'd all probably still take the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Packers, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Bills, the Patriots again. That's where it's sheesh is right. To where, hey, the end of the year, maybe they can make a run and make it respectable. Maybe they do get to the 6 wins there with the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, the Jags, the Seahawks all being. But I'll say under for right now. I'm qualifying it as I think it's going to be 5 or 6 wins. Can they steal a win, at Cleveland or at Pittsburgh or somebody like that early on to make it a 7-10 year, to make it an 8-9 year? I don't know. I do think they're better across the board. But as we talked about, this is playing high school football. If your team's not that good, it helps to get going early in the year with a win or two to go, and you just start to feel fake good. Yeah. And then you're going to play that good team in week 4, and you go, well, yeah, we're 3-0, we're 2-1. We're not just going to be outclassed here. You believe. And I wonder if they're going to be able to find a way to start believing it all.
My team in high school was not that good. Okay. And so it was the opposite. We'd lose the first couple. Yeah, you're right. And then we go, we don't believe anymore. But we would always look at our schedule and we'd go, man, we have a really tough schedule. And then it dawned on me, I go, because we don't have to play ourselves. That's why. Yeah. When you're not very good, your schedule's always going to be a little bit tougher than everyone else's because you don't play yourself. So Pete is noting here, Jets are favored in 3 games this year. The first one, as you noted, Week 12 against Chicago after their bye, or is that week 11? Oh yeah, week 12.
It's week
2 weeks after their bye. Yeah. So then against Detroit, and then against Jacksonville, all at home. Right. So only favored in 3 and 14.
Yeah, that's scary.
Not great.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.